Good morning, Malcolm.
Morning, John. Good to see you.
Yeah, I've got my lovey cup today with the hearts on.
I'm plain old white, me. Yeah.
Okay. So today we're thinking about lockdown ministry, obviously, but we're thinking about how we can encourage our church team, if you like, during lockdown. So what I'm thinking of here is, obviously we want to encourage the whole church, but there are various folk who are leading different works. I don't know, perhaps there's someone leading the Sunday school, but trying to keep that going on Zoom or something. Or there's perhaps someone looking after the seniors in the church and perhaps doing a lot of visiting and trying to, make sure the church is kind of keeping up with them and in touch with them. And these dear folk, have got quite a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. And this lockdown has been going on now for a long time. There are signs of it changing. But just that responsibility on their shoulders, how can we, as pastors, encourage them, just keep, support them during this time? So that's our agenda this morning. So how do you want to respond to that? Encouraging the team during lockdown.
Yeah, well, I think it's very easy to feel isolated in some ways. I think we can be busy, but it's rather impersonal, a lot of it. And I think that folks would really appreciate their pastor putting in a shift with them personally from time to time, either by media, through social media, or even now, we should be able to start doing some personal visits in gardens and so on. We've got a great spell of weather ahead of us, certainly in the south. So that'd be good. Take the moment, seize the moment. Yeah.
Okay. And when you go and see the folk, or when you phone them, what should your message be? What should you be about?
Well, I think they need to feel really valued, and that to the pastors appreciates them, and that the church is benefiting from what they're doing, even though they can't see that they don't have that rapport, they don't have that face-to-face response necessary. It's really difficult doing stuff on Zoom because you don't see the body language. You're kind of getting through your material, but you can't measure its success. And I think they need some feedback from the people, primarily from the pastor, but maybe from the people that they're ministering to. And the pastor could act as a catalyst to get some feedback to them through other channels maybe as well. And it's quite lonely doing stuff through Zoom or through WhatsApp or whatever, isn't it?
Should the pastor, if they're doing something on Zoom, should the pastor try and kind of perhaps, come along to the Zoom Sunday school meeting or whatever, and just, be there to encourage, to smile, support? What do you think about that?
Well, it might scare them silly, but it depends on the relationship they have. I think if you could brief them that you'd like to listen in and just be a fly on the wall, as it were, I think they would feel that they're valued through that, perhaps, as well. Depends on the people. Some people are really sensitive, but others are quite tough. They say, I'd appreciate it. They could even, the pastor could even chip in a bit or something like that, so that the people on the receiving end think, well, the pastor is, that guy or that girl is part of the team, and the pastor's the captain, if you like, but he values the first mate and the bosun,
That's right. So there's got to be this kind of trying to make people feel included, appreciated, not intimidated. You have to very much steer clear of that. What would you think, for example, I was wondering, I think some churches every now and again sort of do perhaps a little questionnaire to their team leaders and saying, how are you, and what would you need? What would help you?
That's a good idea.
I
like that. Yeah, I think that's good. Give them an opportunity to contribute to the perhaps the changes that are going to have to be made. There's going to be a lot of change. We can't visualize exactly how it's going to work, but obviously, in a way, church isn't going to be church as we've known it for some time yet, is it?
Indeed. Okay. So, and I was just thinking as well that, I don't know, perhaps buying, getting them a book or something sent through the post, or for the ladies, I don't know, perhaps that's a bit sexist, sorry, but something like, a bunch of flowers or something from the church.
Get them some chocolate. Get them chocolate.
You think chocolate?
Chocolate. Yeah.
Chocolate is the
And
thing.
not cheap stuff. Get them a nice bar of chocolate, some Swiss. I'm biased.
Okay. And have you? I mean, any top tips on doing this? I mean, it's got to be short. How to do it?
Well, I think make sure that draw up a list of all the people who might be in that category of needing a bit of encouragement. So you've got a list, so nobody gets forgotten.
Yeah, that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's people on the fringes who do pretty mundane stuff. They're not the glamour boys of the church, are they?
Yeah.
And they are going to be included too. And they could easily feel that they're almost redundant. We don't want that. So get a list, check the list, talk to your wife about who's on the list, make sure your list matches hers, and then send that, work that through, and put up a little bit of a schedule so that each person gets a check-in once a fortnight at least, something like that. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's just so important. I've been doing a little bit of teaching through 1 Thessalonians at the moment, and there's just that emphasis all the time. Therefore, encourage one another and build one another up, and I think that is so important, especially for folk carrying responsibility in the church at this particular time. So, okay, I think we'll pick up on another subject next time, Mark. Good to see you. Thanks for your help. God bless. Bye.